So I'm going to ask you if we could get into some more of the details with the Dirty Trick Squad and how Rosenstein was a part of that group, and if Roberts had any type of interaction with the group as well.
Dirty Trick Squad, it was just a nickname. It certainly wasn't anything official. This group of people that were either dirty or they controlled. I was one that was controlled. There was Rod, Sean Henry, FBI, Sean Bridges, Secret Service, Joseph Rosati, who was the DEA, Alan Borishak was ATF. I got Greg Utz, who was the TFO with the DEA, but he was formerly Baltimore County Police. This was the basis of the Dirty Trick Squad. The computer experts, you had the muscle, you had the technical experts, and that's what they were doing. And then there was another group in Fort Washington who was running one down there. This was a satellite location in Baltimore just for the really illegal stuff, illegal communications, hacking, phone tapping, you name it. And those people involved, they concentrated their main focus all the time, Title III judges, federal judges. But they would go after anyone, political rivals, sitting politicians, anybody they needed to go after, anybody they were pointed at. They went after family members of judges and compromised people as much as they possibly could. They had no problem hacking computers and planting information to compromise people. This is something they had done numerous times. Rod had done this for years and years, so had Sean Bridges, where they would finagle a case that they had before the court where, for instance, they would arrest a gentleman and he had money, he had property and something, he had the resources to fight them. They didn't like that. So Sean would go in, plant child porn on their computer. And what do you do? Oh, an examination. Now you got this on there. I don't know anything about it. Well, it's on there. We're going to charge you. And then he didn't want that. It ruined his life. Didn't want to go to prison as a pedophile. You know what happens, and things like that. And they would use this as leverage in hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of cases. And then he would plead, as the person they charged would plead to a lesser charge that would not show up on the record, but he would have to forfeit property, money, things like that. And they would skim their percentage off. Sean Bridges was particularly good at it. It was his specialty. And he had done this at the county and state level. That's why he got in trouble a couple times, which is why he came under the sight of Rod Rosenstein, who got him up to federal. Sean did not like Obama, didn't like Hillary. He had access to the White House, the Air Force One, CIA, NSA. He had those kind of clearances. He's the number one expert on the forensic study of the computers for the Secret Service and for most of the government.
Now, was he a government employee, or was he a contractor?
He was Secret Service. He was a Secret Service agent.
Okay.
A full Secret Service agent. So he had access to all these things, but because of his clearances, because of his expertise, he could go anywhere. He was often in the White House, texting the location of the president, Obama, and what they were doing. He hacked Obama's BlackBerry just for fun, things like that. Shared messages with people, hacked the girls' phones. I mean, it was nothing for him. He had lists of people that he would just call up and watch them do their daily stuff. He's just truly gifted with the computers. I'm good at the computers. I can do any of it you need, but he's just one of those people born to do it. He can do it like breathing. He's a violent person, which belies his size. He's only about 5'9", 5'8". He's maybe 120 pounds, but he's not drinking. But he is a violent person and arrogant. He's all about the money. This was the core group of the Dirty Trick Squad, and that's all they did was hack people, steal information, alter emails, manipulate things, and sell intelligence, launder it. Sean Wesley Bridges, the Secret Service agent, was the foremost expert on e-commerce and Bitcoin. That's what he's actually in prison for. And their illegal profits that they would skim off, or they would target people with cash or different bank accounts. Anything they could skim, they would run it through Bitcoin. He'd launder it for them. And he still holds millions of dollars online in various accounts. He also holds several passports and will disappear as soon as he's released.
Do you know where he'll disappear to?
Central or South America. He's discussed Argentina and Colombia as possibilities because his wife's family is from there. They have family there. He was able to purchase legitimate passports and documents from governments in South America. And he has the money to do so. So he's all about the money.
Okay, can you tell me about Alan Borshak?
Borshak, he's an ATF. He's retired now. He's a nasty piece of work. He was involved in his official capacity with the illegal gun running for Fast and Furious. He was the one that made sure the paperwork stayed clean if things came back in the country. They're spying guns, supposedly, that would be tracked. And he made sure things stayed clean with as far as serial numbers, things like that. He's been dealing guns his entire career, as far as I know. There's lots of disposable money at his disposal. He has lots of cash at his disposal. And things like that. He lives very well. When Rod started falling out of favor as the DAG, they felt that their Borshak, they felt that their protection was leaving. So Borshak and Rosati both divorced their wife, no contest, put everything in her name, paid off their existing house with, I think Rosati was over $300,000, Borshak was even more in cash. Bought another house with like $250,000 in cash down payment. Lived there. This is Rosati lived with his wife. They just divorced.
When you say cash, you mean by transfer or by hard cash?
They actually had cash to pay off things, and were able to come up with large checks as well. But he lived with his wife. He's always had cash. If you look at him on the surface, he's a barely getting by DEA agent who owes money to several people.
Is this Rosati or?
Rosati.
Oh, okay. Continue with Borshak. We'll get into Rosati in a second.
No.
Keep them straight.
Borshak, gotcha.